Hi, my name is Benjamin Ang. I'm the director of Genesis Motion Design. I basically studied at SIDM diploma in motion graphics and broadcast design and graduated the year 2009. I always had an interest in film. So after secondary school, I was trying to find a school and I came across the Nanyang Polytechnic open house. So during this open house, I actually went to the digital media site and I was trying to find around for courses that dealt with film. And the only course that kind of dealt with a little bit of film was actually motion graphics and broadcast design. And from there, I actually tried and went to the course. It was kind of shaky for me. It was either visual effects, so that's how I kind of got started. The current role that I'm doing in this company right now is pretty much a mixture of everything because we are such a small studio. So I am the HR guy. I'm always finding for talent. I am also handling processing of different invoices from people and processing payrolls. I'm also handling the creative direction of this company. So what I'll do is I'll check the work, make sure that it's aligned to brands, make sure that it's aligned to what our clients want and aligned to the client's brands. And then also we do various things like cleaning the floor, washing the toilet, and so many things to involve. So it's pretty much in a small company you do everything. What I enjoy most about my work is actually getting to create having our own take on different things. For example, what I enjoy is actually finding clients that we would love to work with. That's one of them. And also proposing different ideas that the client might not have explored before, or maybe trying something, pushing the level of motion graphics in Singapore. That's essentially what our company main goal is about. And that's what I enjoy on a day-to-day basis. And also, I enjoy the company's culture. The company's culture, I've set up a culture that is very fun, very friendly, very relaxed. And because in this whole environment of stress and trying to get out projects and to meet the deadlines, I aim to kind of create a contrast on that, where you can actually come to work, have fun, laugh about things, and just enjoy yourself, and then while doing work at the same time. So it's all about balance. For our company, what sets us apart is our background in motion graphics and broadcast design. That's also thanks to the school that it has set a very unique path for us. The way we see things, the way we interpret things, and the way we conceptualize things tend to be a bit more motion graphic driven. It has metaphors, it has concepts, it has creative ideas. So that's actually something that was inbuilt to us from school into this studio. So that's actually what we actually built the company as the foundation of the company. And from our culture and the whole direction that we're trying to go towards, it's always about pushing the limits, always about breaking the limits, always about not being held back by any creative restrictions, technical restrictions, but just trying to have fun and just go with it. So we're always trying to make things better. We're always trying to push our work to the next level, even though time might be against us, resources might be against us, but that's the fun of it, to find out the creative problems and trying to go find a solution to that and kind of tackle that. And yeah, that's the best part about it. I started the company because I actually worked in two places. Number one, I worked in Singapore, and number two, I actually went to Los Angeles, California for an internship there as well. So understanding two different places, two different environments, two different cultures, there's actually a big contrast. Singapore was a little bit stressful. It was very tight, it was very tense, very deadline driven, very intense. So having that, I realized that I didn't really enjoy what I was doing. Creative wise, I was always being pushed back. I was always being held back because of deadline, of timelines, and of budget. So these were the different things that was actually holding me back. Whereas when I went to Los Angeles for a while, I could explore so many different things, explore ideas. We're actually crafting things with our hands, we're actually doing stop motion, we're actually doing things that in a typical Singaporean environment you can't get to do. So having that for internship and coming back to Singapore, then I realized that there was no company that was readily available that could do these kind of things and wanted to do these kind of things. So I always told myself, like, if there's nowhere I could kind of fit in and have this culture back, I'll just start my own company. And that's when Genesis was born. There were numerous difficulties of starting this company. Bringing back the culture from Los Angeles back to Singapore wasn't the perfect fit, or it couldn't fit. It's because like there are differences in like, how things worked, differences like what I mentioned in budget and constraints and things like that. So I actually had to find and build our own midpoint where we kind of conform and kind of work around different timelines that we had and different budgets that we had. But on our end as well, we tried to do our best to still apply the culture from Los Angeles back here, which is having fun on doing work, really focusing on like excellence, really creating great work. And that was our beliefs in going to every single project that we take. And yeah, essentially that's the main difficulty that I found while creating this company. Yeah, I hired some SIDM graduates.
I think we could relate to one another more and understand what one another has been through the 3 years and what we expected from one another or what we want to communicate when we are discussing things.
Producing wise, it's a lot easier when, like, for example, the producer can understand what the designer has to do and tell the clients, because often clients don't really understand, especially what like rendering is. So that kind of communication is vital in the company.
There's a lot of terms and that we use in school or in motion graphics that are more common that we all use together rather than other people that are not from SIDM.
Pretty much working with people with SIDM, we have all been through a certain way of doing things. There's a certain workflow that's already established, that's one. And also there's a certain way SIDM students take projects and how we handle projects. And it's because of that thing that we've gone through, it's much easier to align. It's much easier to have a common understanding of what's needed for a project. There's common understanding of how much effort is needed for a project, and there's common understanding of how much weight everybody has to pull to make a project work. So having this understanding is much easier for us as a company to push forward and establish ourselves as a solid motion design company. We love to go to places that are way further out than Singapore. Of course, we have been doing a lot of projects for like Singapore companies and agencies, which we love to. We love to actually explore more, like different agencies from different countries, different clients from different countries, and explore more in different industries, different backgrounds, trying new technologies, be it the AR, VR, or anything upcoming. We are always open to trying to explore something different. And yeah, pretty much, that's what we look to aspire to push towards. For the company is actually to push the level of work even higher, even further than what we are at right now. We are always never really satisfied with our work. We're always trying to push work to another level, always trying to play with different things, try out different things, try out new technologies, new way of doing things, trying out fabrication, stop motion, anything to do with video technology, and yeah, to pretty much our goal is to pretty much reach the level where we have explored with everything, we're comfortable with everything, and also to actually venture out to new places like overseas in terms of Southeast Asia, APAC, or even around the world, and to kind of establish ourselves and make our name kind of known for motion graphics in that area of things.